Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Beautiful August day out here, and I thought I would give you a Temperate greenhouse tour for August. See how things are doing in there. I don't think we've been in here since like early summer or even into the springtime. There goes a car past. So yeah, before we get started, I wanted to show you this. I had to do my first repairs on this thing. Now you can probably see the tape going across here. That was actually from the winter time. And in the wintertime, because the wind blows so strong here, I actually had these taped. This was like one piece of tape. And it was taped across the zipper, when the zipper was closed, of course, to make sure there was no pull on the seams when the wind blew like that. The tape stopped it from stretching. But anyway, so all summer it's been kind of just open with the flap open, and we're going to open it again in a second. But the door was getting tighter and tighter until finally it just ripped along the seams anyways. So what I had to do was, I have vinyl kicking around. It's a little bit thicker than this, and you're not really going to be able to see it, but maybe you can see it. It's a square piece that goes down like this and covers up that gap. And what I had to do was sew the new piece in right here. You can see my lousy stitch job. You can see the shredded piece right there. Maybe it had separated by like an inch or so. Anyways, I put the new piece in. And then from the inside, I taped it across because box tape and vinyl are a great combination. They really stick well together. So anyways, it seems to work now again. The zipper goes down. There's not this big gap where it stretched and broke. And it did it on this side too, to a lesser extent. So let's open this up anyway. So we'll see how my repairs work. So far, so good. I'll open that. And let's go in. So I turned off the fan. And yeah, where should we get started? I hooked up a little watering system in here. So every morning it goes on for about 15 minutes and just keeps these trays filled. So it saves me, these were like the trays that were drying out the most. And in here it can get quite warm. Even with the door open, it gets highs of 40 Celsius minimum anyways on a hot day. So it gets quite warm. If these plants were to dry out, they would definitely die. And what I had to do is I put the hose actually into the plants, because when I had it in the tray, it would actually back siphon back out of the tray. It took me a while to figure out why every morning the trays were not full, even though the sprinkler system, we'll call it, had gone. So this tray needed two. There's one there, and they're just elevated off the bottom, but keeps everything nice, so low maintenance on the highest maintenance things. What else? We'll just start here. The Venus flytraps are looking very good. There's some massive traps in there. You can see they've caught their own like insects and everything like that. This one's closed up. This one caught the front end of a yellow jacket. And a few tag-along sundews have come up in here. That one's like an Alice sundew maybe. And there's some Bonita sundews in there as well. But it's looking pretty good. I separated out some of my Sarracenia from the bog planters below. Some of my species, they were just kind of getting buried down there, and yeah, so I wanted to see them again. So we brought up Jonesii, and my miner, which has never done anything, has actually done something this year, so that's good. We have a big mouth Venus flytrap back here that I almost lost. It was down in the bog pots as well below that we'll get to. And it just kind of got buried down there and lost down there. So I had to do a few changes from those bog pots from the previous couple years anyways. And yeah, so I separated out this guy. This is my Flava ornata. And it was just kind of getting buried down there. What else do we have up here? My Rupicorpula, I think, Corpia is called. Anyways, it's looking pretty good. It's got nice red pictures on it. And some of these guys are starting to show their wear and tear from being the first ones up in the summertime. I've cut off some of the bigger pictures already on them. But yeah, all of these guys were basically down below in the bog pots, just sort of getting lost down there. So what else do we have? We'll go back down to the first bog pot. Alright, it's in the shade a little bit down here, although the sun seems to be reflecting pretty bright on the camera. These are all my hybrids, so I won't go through the names of them. Hopefully you can see them. I'm doing this before the sun actually hits this greenhouse because it gets really hot in here. And I didn't want to be filming when it was really hot in here. I've slacked off and haven't got rid of all the spent bloom spikes yet, but have some nice sphagnum moss growing in here. I harvested a little bit out of here for the greenhouse in the springtime when I was like needing some, and then I've recently replenished it down here. So there's all kinds of random stuff. There's some intermediate sundews, which are a temperate sundew, some just regular Venus flytraps down here as well. My pot of Sarracenia does really well. It is basically always submerged like this. It's a very deep pot as opposed to this top one here that doesn't do anything at all. The Sarracenias are basically the same age, but this one's growing very dry and this one is growing not so dry, and you can see the difference there. It's huge. So Leucophila is sending up some nice pictures. I just recently moved this pot, so all the Leucophilas are actually like getting caught behind that bar down there, because I turned it just because we had like this nice low side was facing in. I replanted some sphagnum moss down here as well. This bigger stuff seems to do great outside. Doesn't do good in my greenhouse at all. And some Dorosa Angelicas are down there. Quite a few of them. Some Venus flytraps beside that. There's a nice weed in here. Let's see if I can find the weed. I can't find the source of it right now, but there's a big weed in here too. There's a little weed in here. This side here has rotundifolia in there, so it's looking pretty good. Quite a bit of rotundifolias in this one. I try to keep the three kinds of temperate sundews I have sort of separated. So you had rotundifolia in this one, intermediate in the first one, although I didn't see a whole lot, and Angelica in the second one. A few typical Venus flytraps. Judith Hindle. I think there's a Flava in here as well. And yeah, you can hear some sort of insect up here that has gotten trapped in one of the funnels or the tubes, but I can't tell which one. It's amazing how many insects come in here. This is mainly my sundews up here. Alice sundews. Now they're not temperate. They do come in for the winter time, but they can basically handle it down to frost. Same with my Capensis here. They come in the winter, but they've handled freezing before. Bonita dies back. A few new Venus flytraps. They just came in after being in a box for basically a month. I think some will come back anyways. Crazy traps and cup traps. So hopefully they come back. But yeah, what else can I tell you about this? A big plane going overhead right now. I'm really looking forward to hopefully all this sphagnum moss coming back to life nicely. As I say, I harvested a bunch out of here in the spring and then just replenished it now, so it's looking a little dry for the summertime, but as I say, hopefully it'll come back. This was the pot that should have had all the intermedias in. I can see a bunch over here. Remember I said I couldn't show you very many. There's a bunch here. I'll have to put some seeds down. They're all in bloom. Or the pods are getting ready anyways. And I always have stray sundews up here too. There's an Angelica, nope, an intermediate right there too. So definitely time this year to sow some of these intermediate seeds and just keep them sort of going. It's amazing the spots they kind of come up. But anyways, that is a temperate greenhouse tour, and I hope you like this video. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching.